Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to harvest the honey. It's the middle of September. We already got this one taken care of, and you might notice we got a different setup. We got these boards and blocks set up, so we're going to expand and get some more hives eventually, but for now we're just going to deal with these two. So this is done. We're going to move down to this one. So we're going to put some smoke in here to chase the bees down so there's not as many in the super. There's a lot of bees in this hive. This will just help chase some of the bees down, so when we pull this off, we don't have to brush as many off the honey. That's probably about as good as it's going to get. So we're going to pull this off. This thing's pretty full. Just going to set it on top right here for now. This is the second time we're harvesting honey from this hive this year. We harvested back in June. Now it's the middle of September, and I want to get these honey supers off before it gets much cooler. The honey's not fully capped over, but I think it's good enough to harvest. And here before too long, we will be getting these hives ready for winter. All right. Next step, pop these out. These have oil in to trap the mites, and they do work. We don't want those things around. Or not mites, they're the hive beetles. The ends probably don't have much of anything in. That side's completely empty. It's just a tiny bit there, but we're going to brush the bees off on the other side of that hive. And we're just going to sit these up right here for now. Now let's get a middle one out, something that's actually full. As you can see, these here are full of honey. And they're not all fully capped, but they weren't capped at all last week, so I think they're good enough to pull out. The reason we do it this way is we brush all the bees off. We'll wipe them out of the box. Then we'll put these all back in the box and take inside. Another one, nice and full. They say if you hold it upside down for 3 seconds and nothing drips out, that means it's ready to harvest even if it ain't fully capped. So that's kind of what I go by. That's a really good one. Look how thick the honeycomb is the whole way down to the bottom. Both sides. That's nice and heavy. One. Alright, so we'll clean this box out and then put all the frames back in it, take it inside. Alright, just the last of that. We're gonna take it inside now, extract the honey. We'll try to show you how we do that in the house, and might even get to taste test it. Alright, next step. It's inside, it's back out of our box. Now, the slow process of picking off these caps. My tool of choice is this thing here. You can use a knife, but as you can see, it kind of like smashes everything. I think if you were to get the heated version, it would work much better. But this is what I use. Yeah, it's a slow process, but you just go along real gently and just pick the caps off with the tip of the, I guess you call it a fork. Alright, got all the caps pulled off of everything. We already did some, so this is what it looks like when they're empty. If you can see, it's just plain comb, and where we used the fork it looks like that, but the bees will fix that right up and use it next year. So we got some in the spinner over here. We're going to spin it, and then I think we can start draining it. We have a strainer here for it. Here, look in here. So basically, we set the full frames down in there. Spin it, centrifugal force will throw the honey out against the side, and then it runs down to the bottom. So let's spin this and see what happens. It kind of shakes and wobbles a lot, but you just kind of start off slow and steady. You can sit on it. It'd be really nice if it were bolted to the floor. Alright, so let's see if that was enough. Alright, it's all clean. Let's check out the other ones. Oh wait, I should have taken that out. It's pretty good. We're going to have to flip it over. Then we have to do the other sides. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do the rest of these. Then once everything's done, we'll open this valve or the lid and show you what it looks like to have fresh honey pouring up the spout. The moment of truth, we have to open it up and see what we got. We'll drain that. This thing here takes out all the wax chunks. And then of course you can taste it. It's not quite as, last time it tasted really fruity when all the fruit trees were blooming. This time it's, I don't know what it tastes like, honestly. So basically what we do now is we pull the spinny part out. Then we have to tilt this and just kind of force it all out to shoot. But look at that, that's so nice. All that hard work and it tastes so good. Or the bees' hard work. Now, our dish is filling up, so we'll soon weigh it. All right, we got 20 pounds of honey today, which wraps up the season. Hopefully we can get some more bee content in the spring, but until then, stay tuned to see what else might happen.